Hi Libra, welcome to your week ahead tarot card with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for you. What is your overarching theme or energy or message for the week ahead? And this week, Libra, you get the Justice card. This is you, baby. You are in your power, you are in your glory, you are in your element. And this is perfect actually, because it kind of syncs up with the month ahead, right? If you haven't seen your July Taroscope yet, take a look at it. It's a fucking corker, even if I do say so myself. Right, the Destiny card, Justice is all about choice. It's all about decisions, but it's also about litigating and mitigating. It's about how we come. It's about the process that we go through while making a decision. The fact that the Justice card represents Libra talks about you and your energy. Your Destiny card this week is basically saying you show up as and for your damn self, right? You are being authentically who you are, and you are allowing people to see that person, to live in all of your authenticity of who you are, and to let people see that is your destiny this week, right? People will be responding to you in an amazing way this week, and ultimately you will be responding to the world in an amazing way. It's kind of like you're doing things completely differently this week, right? And you're kind of saying to yourself, you know what, how I approach, and this is a really good thing actually, that I'm going to go off on a tangent now. I can feel it. I'm so sorry, but here we go, right? One of the things about modern life that it's done to all of us is it's made us all crazy in some way, shape or form, right? Why do I say that? We've got to have multiple personalities. I've got to be this person at work, this person at home, this person as a wife, this person as a husband, I've got to be this person as a parent, and da-da-da-da. No, you fucking don't. You just have to be who you are in all situations. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm fortunate with the work that I do. I can have a potty mouth. If you work in, a corporate company at the high level, you can't really go in there in shorts and t-shirt, effing and blinding with a pint of beer in your hand. It doesn't work that way. But that doesn't mean you have to change your not necessarily about your appearance. It doesn't mean that you have to change who you are, what your core values are, what your real beliefs are. Who you are is enough in any given situation. And by not caving into that peer pressure of the world this week, especially by living and breathing and being true to yourself and saying, this is who I am. I will be this way as a parent. I'll be this way at work. I'll be this way at home. What you see is what you get. Libra, this week you are really realigning yourself to the best place and coming from the best place of who you truly are. I love this because it suggests that you're getting back to simpler times. It's like, going back to basics, or as my favorite album ever in the history of albums, Stripped by Christina Aguilera. When you just take it all back to basics and just go, right, you know what, let's call it all what it is, right? This is what you're doing this week. You're bringing it back to who you truly are, and I love that. The direction this takes is the Five of Wands, right? So in group situations especially, you will be the strong hand on the tiller, not because you're trying to forcefully lead, not because you're trying to push or goad people, but just because you're standing so much in your truth and your authenticity of who you are. You're just kind of saying, look, you know what, this is it. This is what I propose. This is my 5 cents. If you take it, awesome. If you don't, awesome. Either way, I'm not necessarily bothered. This has happened once before, but I'd really like you to watch because Aries and Libra are on the same axis, right? Watch the Aries video as well. It's going to give you a different dynamic. It will give you that opposite energy. But the direction card as the Five of Wands really does suggest that there'll be a lot of group interaction this week, and you will notice that you don't feel the need to put on a show, that you don't feel the need to be somebody else. You don't feel the need to embellish or to try to fit in anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like you're saying, you know what? If I don't fit in, whatever, fine, that's great. You know, I really, really like this for you, but it does suggest it could be a very sociable week for you. It really does suggest that. It could be as well that people ask you to play a bit of piggy in the middle, like, you know, there's a group thing going on and everyone's like, oh, what do you think? Like, you know, they're doing this and that, and you're just like, oh, really? 5-year-olds. I work with 5-year-olds. You know I love you, but you know I get where you're coming from sometimes. Insight. Your insight for the week is the 8 of Wands, right? So your insight card as the 8 of Wands basically says there is going to be a lot of communication, lots of interaction. There's going to be a lot of group dynamics taking place this week. It looks like you're being called into groups. You're being asked to work in groups. You are connecting with people. It could be that you're finding a new social circle or a group dynamic of some kind. If there is an invite into something that could be like a hobby, it could be like dance, it could be music, it could be amdram, anything of that nature, go ahead, because the chances are you will have an absolute blast. But it does look like the group dynamic is something that is really ramping up this week, and it's important that you remember to stay your awesome self. Remember, you don't have to change anything about you, right? Just be who you are, because that's when you do that, you are always living the best absolute possible frequency for who you truly are. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.